how to choose your roofing name. Hey, what's up guys? Shib here. Today I'm going to be going through the most important things you're going to have to know when you're choosing your business name. Okay, it's something that could be a lot very emotional for a lot of business owners, and for a lot of people it's straightforward. Okay, the two main things we're going to be contemplating between is domain and Google listing name. Okay, these two do not have to be the same things, but there are some things that you should follow, which makes it, first of all, favorable in search engines, so it helps you rank in the search engines, as well as for the long term, you want to make it brandable. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the domain. What domain are you going to choose? Okay, so just so we know the difference between the two, guys, the domain does not have to be the same as Google listing name. The Google listing name, if I can open my browser, you can see these are the business names. These are the Google listing names that are coming up, right? This is your business name. Whatever you put in your listing name is going to be the business name you're going to be consistent through for all your other platforms, Yelp, Home Advisor, whatever else you want to get into. This name is going to be consistent, okay? So that is your business name. But your domain name does not have to be a business name. What I recommend your domain name should be is the most searched volume keyword for your city that is available, if you can get that, and also if you can get the shortest keyword. So let me show you what I mean. If I go to the public data right now, the Google Keyword Planner, to find out what is it people are searching for when they're looking for roofers around Brooklyn, right? So the first thing I looked at, Brooklyn, okay? You see that this is a good keyword, roofing contractor Brooklyn, but there's 70 people every single month search for roofers around Brooklyn using this one phrase, okay? Not the best, because it's pretty long and we have better options compared to something like this. Roofing Brooklyn. It's shorter and it has what, almost 5-6 times more the search volume, right? 480 people search this every single month. If we were to go out there and get roofingbrooklyn.com, that would be a win, okay? Right off the bat, to say the least, that will give you an advantage, okay? Now, a lot of times it's not available. These kind of domains get picked up a long time ago, let's say, because people know the value in this. But not to worry, not all the variations are picked up by the tool. For example, if you go to, let's say, a different variation of this, let's say Roofers Brooklyn, you can see that this is also right around 480 search volume, right? It's different than Roofing Brooklyn, but it has still the same amount of search volume. So you can go get roofersbrooklyn.com. And just so you guys know, there's no ranking difference between .com, .net, .org. It's just something that we have gotten accustomed to liking. Okay, people like .com because it's the most common one. But in terms of actually ranking Google, there's no difference whatsoever. Okay, so roofersbrooklyn.com would also be just as valuable as roofingbrooklyn.com. Okay, so now that we got our domain, and I put that here, roofingbrooklyn.com. It's short and has search volume, right? Even if Contractors Brooklyn had 480 search volume, Roofing Brooklyn would be better. Making that clear. Okay. The next thing we're going to be thinking about is Brooklyn Roofer. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting, because back in the day, I mean, even a year ago, 2016, 17, up until then, it used to be completely fine to go directly for your exact match domain name for your listing name. Meaning, if you are going for Roofers Brooklyn, for your naming your entire business, exactly that, Roofers Brooklyn, was fine. But we are coming to realize now that there's a high chance Google is going to crack down this on the future. It has happened with organic. Now it's going to be left for Google to catch up for maps. Meaning that Google does not like when we are trying to game the system by going for exactly the business, the most search volume keywords and naming our entire business after that, right? It's gaming the system. That's not that we chose that business name, Google understands, because it has search volume, and we're trying to name everything just because of that, right? So Google just does not like things when we do it just because of certain things in their algorithm, okay? If you look at what is one of their biggest fears, it is other companies, other people from other countries just creating these listing names and using them as lead generation websites. They're not local businesses. They're somewhere else, maybe not even in this country, and they're making these listings so that they can rank it up. And when homeowners call, they sell those leads to actual roofers and stuff, right? Google wants actual local businesses to be here. So how do we get the best of both worlds? Because once people started realizing this, some people are doing, they got afraid and they're like, okay, I'm not going to choose anything that has to do with the business. I mean the search volume keyword in the listing. For Verzano, that might be like Verzano contractors, or I don't know, Verzano boys. Let's say he calls his business Verzano boys. Now he's going way too much in the branding side, you could say, or in other words, he's just not getting any search engine value out of that name. He doesn't have the word roofers in there. He wouldn't have the word Brooklyn in there. It's just Verzano boys. He's gonna have some trouble, okay, ranking against these current roofers, which has roofing in their domain name, in their listing name, roofing in their listing name, roofing in their listing name, and then roofing in the domain name, etc., etc., right? So how do you combat this? This is how. This is literally the slam dunk best of both ways, okay? And that is by branding it. Just 1 or 2 keywords before the main search keyword, okay? And now, it does not have to be in order. So let me explain what I mean. Google listing name, let's say you're thinking about Brooklyn Roofer. These are the 2 things you want to get in the your business name. You want to get the location and you want to get the service, which is roofing, right? Guys, I'm just showing the best of both worlds, right? You don't have to get location name all the time in there, but I'm going to show you in a way where you can get it there and it still would count as branding. And this is how. Number 1, connect it to an emotional story. Okay, say for example, your first roof you did was 812 Park Avenue, blah 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 blah, and you wanna make that your entire story about us. We started by getting our first roof done in 812 blah blah blah, and that's what we call ourselves. We are the 812 Brooklyn Roofers. That will work. 812 Brooklyn Roofers. Now, just imagine how brandable that is, right? Compared to Brooklyn Roofers, do homeowners over time remember all the time? Yeah, I remember hearing about Brooklyn Roofers, Brooklyn Roofers. The whole thing about branding is, not just something up in the air. We want something that's catchy, memorable for the community, that they can, every time they come across it, it's one more pile. It's one more point in our name that they have seen us, right? 812 Brooklyn Roofers sounds pretty catchy. Okay, a number to it. Okay, and if you have a story that you also push with it, with about me and all this stuff, maybe you talk about it when you go to homes, that things add up, guys. Over time, those kind of things matter. Branding is a real thing that goes a long way. So that's with an emotional story. Second thing we can choose from is trusted search. Okay, if you type in nationally what people search for, just like roofing contractors, you can see that there's other keywords that nationally is picked up that is not picked up locally. One of them is affordable roofers around me, local roofers, trusted roofers around me, things like that, right? And you can go for one of those keywords and then act as if that's your brand. And that works completely, absolutely fine, right? Trusted Brooklyn roofers, affordable Brooklyn roofers. That is amazing. If you are able to also get with a nice logo, big A with cursive, and just an awesome logo with that, and that's what you rep in your trucks and everything, you got a business right there. That will work just fine. The last thing I would like to look at is, personally, one of my favorite ways to do it is catchy and historic. Look at the name here, Brooklyn Boys Roofing. This is a different level, because this is not just talking about roofing Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn Boys Roofing. This is the brand, and then we just have roofing in the end. You know what I mean? Brooklyn Boys, I don't know where it came from. I think it's from rap songs and things like that. The point is, it's catchy in my head, but means that it has made a historic difference, right? Brooklyn Boys. We have heard this phrase before. Brooklyn Boys Roofing, it ends up getting the brand under the location in the side of the brand, and then a middle word, boys, and then roofing. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but this, in my opinion, in my experience, would be one of the best type of name structures to have. Brooklyn Boys Roofing for your listing name, for your business name, and with the awesome logo and all that stuff, all the bells and whistles, and then your domain name to go for the most search volume keyword, roofing Brooklyn. Okay. So hope that helped, guys. Hope you got something out of it. Hope I was clear. I know I went through it very fast. If you have more questions, please go down, comment, reach out to me. If you're a business which already has a name, but you want to open a new location and you want to do it right this time and get the most, brandability and get the most search engine value out of it this time with a new location, comment below and I'll help you out with how to configure that. Okay. Thanks for taking time to watch this. I look forward to hearing back from you guys soon. Take care. Bye.